Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Today is the 17th of December 2025, and I'm looking at all the futures out here which are looking positive. The VIX is down, it's negative 1.64. That's a good sign that indicates that the bullish action has got some backing. Gold is up again 0.35%. Hard assets like platinum, gold, and silver seems to be doing pretty well. Actually, platinum has done extremely well, silver has done well, and gold is very close to its all-time highs, waiting to create the next breakthrough. So it's all poised in a very interesting position. And before I proceed into the analysis, I would like to take you to the 10-year yields, which are continuing to go up for the US 10-year. And we have a target of 4.41. Then, if you look at the Japanese, it's also going up. The differential between the US 10-year and Japanese 10-year yield is what enables the yen unwind. And because both of them are moving in tandem, the effect is not as pronounced. For Japanese 10-year bonds, we have a target of 2.12%. And you can see that the RSI, which was overextended, has now subsided and it's ready to spurt again. And in the past, you must have seen me use a line of resistance to show on the RSI. So we can go all the way up to 84.02 before coming back down. So there is possibility that we may go up further. And if you look at the USD JPY combo, in line with the diminished VIX and upbeat futures, you can see that the USD JPY has gone up, thereby easing a little bit of the yen unwind stress. But I think the overall trend is downwards. We'll wait and see what happens. But this morning, it seems to me like because yesterday we had an action, today is the counterpoint of that action, like Newton's law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Or maybe we are in a holding pattern until we wait for the inflation data that is coming tomorrow. Either way, it seems to be very interesting because not much has changed in the Japanese yen unwind situation. Put call ratio is looking almost neutral. And let us go to S&P 500 futures and see what's happening out there. Our head and shoulder pattern still seems to be intact. I wouldn't think of this as a bull flag nor as a bullish pennant. So it's a different kind of a formation happening out here. There is range bound trading between, and for today, the range bound trading is likely to be supported at 6,812.50, and it's likely to be resisted at 6,919.25. Those are the two limits that I have. And I would also like to draw a trend line to connect so I think something akin to this would be a trend line to connect the necklines for, let me adjust this a little bit more. Yeah, so this could be the neckline for a head and shoulder if it forms. So as you can see, that's a long way for it to fall, and there's plenty of support on the way. So it's not a sure thing, but at the same time, we are at highly elevated levels, and price to earnings ratio for some of these companies are pretty high. So one has to be careful. You look at this head and shoulder pattern out here, it's again looking the same. In this head pattern, you can see that we had bear flags and we kept coming down. So this could potentially be a bear flag in the making. So I would be careful because market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, and momentum is just above average. And we are up 0.48% in the pre-market trade right now. We're at 25,504. So we will definitely have support at 25,198.75, and we are likely to have resistance at 25,732.50 for NASDAQ. And let's go on and have a look at indicators themselves and see where they are. Our head and shoulder pattern is still intact. Yesterday we had a very narrow body for this candle, and it was entirely VIX, which means that there was a lot of volatility. We came all the way down below the parallel channel that we had, and then we went back in again. So there is a little bit of support coming here. The support today is again going to be 6,778.03. and also support at 6796.25. Those are the two supports that I can see, and I could see some resistance at 6816.95. So that's what I have for S&P 500. I'll notice that the intermittent bullishness of the market sentiment has been converted to bearishness. MACD has also become bearish, and momentum is just on top of average. But the futures action seems to indicate that we might open a little positive. We'll find out when we go to QQQ and see whether it's also positive. Nasdaq has again clearly formed a head and shoulder pattern. We have a neckline, and even though today we have a little bit of positive, we'll have to contend with resistance at 25,203.11. And if we break out above that, then we are in for some kind of a trouble. We did not confirm this line of resistance yesterday because we closed above where we should have been. We should have been closing at 25037.78 to confirm this resistance. So this resistance is not confirmed. It can be broken through easily. Now, having said that, let's look at QQQ. It's up 0.47% in pre-market trade. It's pushing against all of these resistance. It has broken through all of them, and it's above 613.44. So I'm going to mark all of these resistances as support as we begin the day. And we are right now at 614.64, which is a gain of 0.49% in pre-market trades. And we will probably have a resistance at 618.55 today. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is below average. We'd like to see what happens when the market opens, say somewhere around 10:30 a.m. We can probably see the real nature of the market. I generally don't believe too much of the pre-market action. So let's wait and be patient and then react when things happen. Next, let's go on to AI. I'll start with NVDA. NVDA is up 0.21% in pre-market trades, and we have a support out here, which is going to be a support again. It's also the neckline for the head and shoulder, and the support for today is variable dynamic. It's at 175.04. So this is the support for us, and the resistance for us today is also dynamic, and it's going to be at 180.12. And our head and shoulder pattern is still intact. And market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, momentum is below average. Meta is up 0.25% in pre-market trades. Yesterday we had a resistance at 651.45 that now becomes a support because we closed above it, and we want to see today if we can confirm this as a support by closing above 661.43. For today, a resistance for us is going to be 675.12. And let's go on to Google. Google is up 0.43% in pre-market trades, still within the bull flag. No need to worry out here for Google. It has a resistance at 314.60. I'm going to mark that red. And it will have a support today at around 302.61. Right now we are at $309. Market sentiment, which was bullish, has turned bearish. We have MACD, which is bearish, and momentum is coming very close to the average. So I still think that Google is a really good company, and lower cost of acquisition is better, but I'm not buying anything as yet. I'm just preparing for my year-end tax related stuff. So I'm just going to watch Google. I'd buy Google when it is much lower, hopefully after we have a market correction. Amazon is up 1.27% in pre-market trades, and it's going to get very good support at 223.18. I'm going to mark this green. Yesterday we had confirmed this as a resistance, but this morning we are already opening above it. So let us see what happens when the market opens. There's a good chance that we may have a red candle with a long wick and come to settle below this line of support of 223.18. So we need to check out what happens with this, because market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, and momentum is also below average. So that's what I'm looking at. And then you look at Apple out here, which is up 0.16%, staying just above this line of resistance, which is going to be providing support at 274.33. Let me mark the screen. I have a message from Hot Dog. He says, I agree. The only Mag 7 I regret selling is Google. It's the safest long play in AI infrastructure, believe now. Yes. And our opportunity probably escaped. I also regret having selling and booking the profits. I'm happy for the profits, but I wish I had bought it back when the market started recovering instead of staying into the shorts. But I'll wait for my chance to buy Google again. Now, the support is going to be today at around 274.33 for Apple, and I would peg the resistance somewhere around 280.38. Microsoft is up 0.55%, but market sentiment is bearish, MACD is neutral, and momentum is below average. We have this diagonal line of resistance, which held us below yesterday, and we did not confirm this line of resistance. So I'm going to mark this green right now. And I would say that today we are going to get support at 475.97 for Microsoft, and resistance, if any, could be at around 480.60. Market sentiment is bearish, MACD neutral, momentum below average. Pre-market, we are up 0.53%. Wells Fargo analyst Michael Turin set a bull case target of $700 for Microsoft, suggesting a 47% rise from 475, driven by its strong enterprise software and AI strategy. So that is one of the positive factors out there. When I look at Microsoft, based on this analyst recommendation, I'm going to just see where we are right now. We are down 13.51% from our all-time high. I'm thinking that if I enter Microsoft at this stage, I might have to dollar cost average because it will go down further before going up. I agreed that it has given up some gains, but the market has not had a correction. I'm thinking a correction is overdue. And if any of you have any inputs in this line of thought, please put that in the comment section. Next, let us look at Tesla. Tesla is down 0.10%, having gone up above 473.12 and confirming 473.12 as a support. So confirming 471.56 as a support. That's going to be the support for today. And it's all blue skies in my opinion, because right now we are at the all-time high as of yesterday, and any increase from here is just going to add to bullishness. We can see that Tesla market sentiment is bullish, MACD is absolutely bullish, momentum is above average, and in the past RSI has gone all the way up to, in the recent past has gone all the way up to, let me mark this red, 86.65, and right now we are at 68.95. So boy, oh boy, Tesla can actually roar if it decided to. Let us see what happens today. Oracle is up 1.29% in pre-market trade, and we still continue to get support at 178.60. And I'm thinking that I would like to buy Oracle at 178.60 because there could be a dead cat bounce. It will be a short-term trading. I'll have to look and see whether I would be eligible to buy at that time, and then maybe I'll take a dib on that, because Oracle has fallen significantly. If you want to see from where it has come and where it is right now, it's fallen 44.22%. So there's bound to be a dead cat bounce anytime soon, and we are also seeing that momentum is pretty low. It's much better than where it had fallen to earlier, but it's still very low. Market sentiment is still bearish. MACD is neutral. So it could drop a little more today and then probably go back up again, given the fact that I think the yesterday could have been a dead cat bounce, and I wouldn't just jump into it as yet. Our support at 177.98 still seems to be a good probability for Oracle. AMD is up 0.80% in pre-market trades. I'm just recalibrating the chart, friends, so that we can see it much clearly. So we have some support out here, which is a horizontal line. And if you look at it, it's at 203.54. So 203.54 is going to be our support for today. Our resistance is going to be 219.80, but we definitely have a clear neckline for today, somewhere around 199.50. That is the neckline to trigger the reverse cup and handle pattern. I think that is still active. Market sentiment bearish, MACD bearish, momentum below average. I wouldn't trust this positive that we see here when the market opens. SMCI is up 0.13% in pre-market trades. I believe that it is trying to reach the bear flag target of 20.48. It has got some support out here at somewhere around 31.05, and if it manages to bounce off from this support, that's good. It did bounce off yesterday, but we'll have to see what happens today. And if it breaks down from here, then the next support is at 28.92. Broadcom is up 0.71% in pre-market trades. It's looking pretty good right now. If I look at the chart out here, I'm not sure what is happening. Let me try to draw a line of support and see if we have some support here, tentative support. There seems to be a line of support, so there will be some support out here at around 335.94 for Broadcom, and resistance is going to be at 362.36. So I'm just going to mark these as red. So that's the range. Market sentiment has suddenly dipped and become bearish. MACD is absolutely bearish. Momentum is below average. So things are not looking that great, except for the pre-market sentiment that we are seeing out here with a gain of 0.75. I would wait for 10 o'clock to see what happens, 10:30, what happens to PLTR, to AVGO. Next, we look at Palantir. Now, David Best has been saying that investors are buying up Palantir on every dip, and that's continuing to happen. He could be right about that. And I also see a lot of bullish patterns out here for Palantir. First off, market sentiment is bullish. It has improved. MACD is bullish. Momentum is above average. Plenty of room on the RSI. And if I was to look at this, could be a cup and handle pattern, or could be reverse head and shoulder pattern. So all those patterns look bullish to me. If I just look at this leg, this seems to be a flag pull, and this is a bull flag. Even that looks bullish to me. So I'm thinking Palantir is likely to go up rather than go down. That's my thoughts. I'd like to hear from you guys what you think about it. Let's look at SMH, which is up 0.44% in pre-market trades. Resistance 100% definitely at 359.29. Sorry. Yesterday we had a doji candle at a very narrow body, a lot of indecision. But SMH depends on all the underlyings. So if the underlyings go a particular direction, that's where this is going to go. Overall, market sentiment is bearish, MACD is bearish, and momentum is below average. So I wouldn't trust this plus 0.30%. Wherever NVDA and AMD go, that's where SMH will go. And I'm thinking that AVGO, AMD, NVIDIA, they are all looking bearish to me. Now, Tempus AI is up 1.09% in pre-market trades. We already met our double top target of 68.41. I'm waiting for new signals out here. Market sentiment bearish, MACD bearish, momentum below average. So overall, it is bearish at this point of time. Then let me go on and have a look at Genomics. Pfizer, contrary to what I thought yesterday, Pfizer has dropped down. It dropped yesterday significantly, and it's dropped down further today. I'm still thinking that our cup and handle pattern is still valid. We'll wait and see what happens to today's candle, where it opens, and tomorrow we'll take a decision whether we want to junk the cup and handle target. Right now, it is still looking bullish to me. Let's look at Prime, which is up 1.80%. It's going to get support at 3.86. Intelia is up 0.99% in pre-market trades. We have this line of support out here, which was earlier the neckline for double bottom. Now that is continuing to give support. It gave support for 3 consecutive days. And for today, it's going to be at 8.98. That's where we are going to get support. Right now, we are at 9.21. So I'd peg the resistance to be somewhere around 9.63. Caribou Biosciences is flat in pre-market trades, but the overall chart is looking bearish to me. We have a bearish target of 1.56, and I think we are moving towards that. My Caribou stocks are at a loss. I'm holding them. Beam is down 0.22% in pre-market trades. Cup and handle pattern still active. This is a bullish minute in my opinion. It's more likely to break out on the upside than to the downside. Market sentiment bullish, MACD bullish, momentum above average. Still have some belief there. Altimmune is up 1.19%. It's going to get a resistance at 5.32. It will get support at 4.79. And let's go on to Editas. Editas is up 0.80% in pre-market trade. We have a bull flag target of 2.85, but right now, I don't know what's happening here. It's just consolidation. In general, consolidation is a good thing, but given that we have a market sentiment which is bearish and momentum that is below average, I would like to see a few more candles develop out here before I make any call. Illumina is flat in pre-market trades. I still believe that it's moving towards this target of 152.12. Market sentiment bullish, MACD is bearish, but momentum is still above average. Let us watch the candles that develop here. If they start turning bearish, then we can junk the target of 152.12. Right now, they still don't look bearish to me because this happens to be a bull flag starting all the way from here and going up here. So we are not yet pierced below the 50% mark. So today's candle will be crucial for Illumina. CRISPR Therapeutics is up 0.23% in pre-market trades, and it's got a resistance at 56.40, and right now it's at 56.10. It will get support at 53.23. Allogene is down 1.30% in pre-market trades. We have a target of 1.65. I'm still hopeful that we will create a bullish pattern out here, which can ultimately take us to the target of 1.66. Market sentiment bullish, MACD bullish, momentum above average, plenty of room on the RSI. So I'm thinking that Allogene has got to either consolidate or move up. Grail is up 1.98% in pre-market trades, and it has got some kind of a resistance out here. This line of support became a resistance yesterday, and it's going to provide a resistance today at 90.39. And if we close below 86.11 today, then we would have confirmed this line of resistance. Till then, it is not confirmed. So today we have a chance to break out above it without much of a problem. Let us see what this stock does. PACB is up 1.98% in pre-market trades, and I had drawn a bull flag. Now the bull flag is actually gone. However, we are getting a little bit of renewed hopes this morning because we have jumped back into the bull flag zone. Our support is at 2.05. Right now we are at 2.06. So I'm going to leave this as is and see what happens today, to see what kind of a candle we form today, and then make a call based on that. ARCG is up 0.41% in pre-market trade. I would say that the cup and handle pattern still is valid. However, it seems that over a period of time, that may become a false statement because market sentiment has already become bearish. MACD is also very bearish, and momentum has dropped below average. I'm going to wait to see what happens with today's candle, and based on that, I'll make further calls. Vertex is flat in pre-market trades. It will definitely get support today at around 440.33, and it could potentially get a resistance at 462.56. Ginkgo Bioworks is up 2.30%, but doesn't make much of a difference. Market sentiment is bullish. That is a positive. MACD is also bullish, but it is tending towards the signal line to cross over to the bearish side. That's not good. Momentum is also below average. So I would junk this cup and handle target. I'm just removing this. So it's no longer valid. Let us see what happens with Precision. Precision is still up. It's up about 3.63, which happens to be the support for today. And with 5 green candles, all moving upwards, slow and steady, it's starting to build some kind of a bullish base. But market sentiment, which is still bearish, needs to improve. MACD has become bullish. Momentum has gone above average. We are just waiting for market sentiment to get better, and then the stock can start moving up. Next, I want to look at Ultragenics. Ultragenics is up 0.76% in pre-market trades, and it's managed to stay above this diagonal line of support, which is going to provide support today at $34. And we may have resistance today at around 36.01. Market sentiment is bullish. MACD is bearish. Momentum is just at average. It dropped yesterday severely. So this morning's action of 0.76 should be taken with a pinch of salt. It could be some kind of bottom fishing, because yesterday we dropped 5.22%. So I'm going to be careful. I would like to make sure that we stay above this line of support, diagonal line of support today, and then we'll check what happens tomorrow. We still don't have a clear bullish or bearish trend out here. So with that said, let me go to the currency section and then look at Bitcoin and USD. Bitcoin USD is still struggling to break out above this diagonal line of resistance, which happens to be the neckline for this head and shoulder pattern. And the head and shoulder pattern has a target of 69,158.03. In the pre-market session, we are down 0.96%, and we had a support which was at 87,476. We have dropped below the support, so I'm going to mark that as a resistance. So pre-market, we have dropped below that. We are at 87,010.99. So that's taking us towards this direction so far, towards meeting our target of 69,514.43. It's a long way down, and there could be multiple bearish candles and so on and so forth. We'll see what patterns develop, but right now I'm still bearish on Bitcoin. Ethereum is also looking bearish today. It's down 1.31% in pre-market trade. Market sentiment, which was bullish, is tending to move towards neutral. MACD has become negative, and momentum is below average. All of that is not conducive to Ethereum. XRP USD, unfortunately, despite a whole lot of action taking place with XRP with regard to ETFs and other kind of things, we are still finding XRP struggling within this parallel channel. It will get support today somewhere around 1.847, and this channel being a bearish channel, with every passing day the support keeps on sinking lower and lower, and that's not a good thing for XRP. So I'm quite worried about XRP at this stage. Friends, that brings me to an end of today's session. So if you have anything you want me to check out, please let me know, or else I would like to bring this session to an end. Thanks and have a great day, guys. Bye for now.